All we have as citizens lobbyists is our word and our credibility. We ain't got a bunch of money we're putting into elections. We're not here all the time. So all we really have is our credibility.
We may do a little bit of grilling today, not too much. Be about the win, eyes on the prize. We want to get some folks out of prison. We want to stop sending people to prison. Put your name, you put House bill, you put the committee, and then if you know, you can say, although I do not wish to speak, I'm in support. So at the end of the testimony, the chairman will read all the names that are in support. So this is a support card. Unfortunately, we have to deal with a lot of bills that are not so good, and so there's the red card on that, and that's to speak against.
If a person who is sponsoring a bill can have several other co-sponsors, and if the bill is co-sponsored, does the 5-bill limit apply to the co-sponsors as well as the sponsors?
It does not. So any legislator can add as many co-authors to the bill as they want.
Legislators don't want to see somebody coming up here talking a long time about something that's going to only help them. They want to hear how your experience impacts the greater whole.
I was sentenced to 13 years and a few months for a $5 bag of marijuana. This bill would be protective to help people like myself. I'm a father of 7, and it had a super impact on my family, friends, and loved ones. I was labeled as a habitual offender, a 3-strike offender, and I don't have a violent background in my history. I was just, making bad decisions at a young age, and as Mr. Landry said again, I've outgrown it. Over 4,800 days of my life, they wanted me to spend in prison for $5 worth of marijuana. We could accomplish a lot by giving a second chance. So I'm all for the bill. Thank you.
I am the Deputy Chief Public Defender here in East Baton Rouge Parish, and I wanted to come and put in a green card and testify today in favor of this bill. We are in the age of the plea deal. More than 90% of all cases that are able to go to trial in this state result in a plea agreement rather than trial. Laws like this impact poor people, because if you're too poor to bond out of jail, then you're likely going to have to be appointed a public defender. And then you're going to sit and wait, because we know that our criminal justice system is backlogged. And we know that it takes months, if not years, for individuals to potentially get to trial. It is very difficult to sit and talk with those individuals about the fact that if they do choose to go to trial, that they may be convicted, and because they are a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th felony offender, that if they are convicted, the district attorney will assess a trial penalty, and then that person who, like I discussed, may have simply broken into someone's shed because they were too poor to afford something to eat and needed to sell something, that person may spend the rest of their life in jail.
The average recidivism rate in Louisiana, I believe, is somewhere between 40 and 50%. But the recidivism rate for my district of the reentry mentees is about 13.5%. When you look at the fact that this program can help people that committed any number of nonviolent offenses, it's just a testament to how much the mentors are capable of fixing. I was given the tools to be able to think different, and thinking different is a choice that you have to make, but without being given the tools, there's no possible way that you can do that. And the best thing that I can do to show my appreciation for these guys who helped me would be to do whatever I can do to help them, and I'm 100% in favor of giving these guys a chance to come home and show society what they can do for themselves, just like they've shown what they can do for others.
We believe that the voices of every victim should be heard. And in supporting all impacted individuals and communities, we're investing in crime prevention strategies that are trauma-informed. Often the experiences of survivors of violent crime and victims of homicide are used by politicians and law enforcement to support stricter laws, harsher penalties, and more incarceration. And as a survivor of violent crime who has been through the entire process, I've seen this happen firsthand. We believe that in order to take our experience as survivors and family members of victims into our hands, we have to be in the conversation in favor of criminal justice reform.
We also understand that the victims of these acts often have family members who are left behind to deal with the grief associated with the loss of a loved one. We empathize with those families, and we can only imagine the anger, hurt, and pain they must feel toward these individuals. However, life sentences do not equal closure. This bill is not the equivalent of an automatic release from prison. The bill does not even guarantee that the individual will be granted a parole hearing. It is merely the opportunity to apply for parole.
It's very important for people to tell their stories so that other people will get the idea that they're not the only ones and that they're not by themselves, that there are people out here doing this work.
My reason here is testifying is because now I believe in justice.
I decided to come to Baton Rouge to visit the Capitol just to learn more as a new member. There's a lot of things that I didn't have any insight of, and I actually learned that on the legislative side of it, we do have a voice and it wants to be heard. So I'm here and I'm ready to raise my voice and be heard and just raise awareness for my people and others in the community that can be affected by the prison, by the justice system, and we're just here learning more each day, and it's good to be a part of the vote.